Friends, today I'm going to be reading one of my favorite stories to you. I'm going to be reading Giraffes Can't Dance. Before I begin reading the book, let's go over all of the parts of the book. This part is the front cover. Say that nice and loud. Front cover. Great. This here is the back cover. Say back cover. Excellent. This side piece over here is called the spine. Say spine. Great. And then here on the front cover of the book, we have these words at the top, and these words are the title. And the title is another way to say the name of the book. And again, the name of this book is Giraffes Can't Dance. And one other thing, if you look closely on the spine, you will also see our title again, Giraffes Can't Dance. Now, the author of this book is Giles. Giles is our author, so we know the author is the person that writes the words. And then the illustrator of the book is Guy, and we know that the illustrator is a person that is in charge of making the pictures. So let's begin our story, Giraffes Can't Dance. Gerald was a tall giraffe whose neck was long and slim, but his knees were awfully crooked and his legs were rather thin. Now every year in Africa, they hold a jungle dance where every single animal turns up to skip and prance. And this year when the day arrived, poor Gerald felt so sad because when it came to dancing, he was really very bad. The warthogs started waltzing, the rhinos rocked and rolled, the lions did a tango that was elegant and bold. The chimps all did a cha-cha with a very Latin feel, and 8 baboons teamed up for a splendid Scottish reel. Gerald swallowed bravely as he walked toward the floor, but the lions saw him coming and soon began to roar. "Hey, look at clumsy Gerald!" all the animals sneered. "Giraffes can't dance, you silly fool! Oh, Gerald, you're so weird!" Gerald simply froze up. He was rooted to the spot. "They're right," he thought. "I'm useless. Oh, I feel like such a clot." So he crept off the dance floor and started walking home. He'd never felt so sad before. So sad and so alone. Then he found a little clearing and he looked up to the sky. "The moon can be so beautiful," he whispered with a sigh. "Excuse me," coughed a cricket, who'd seen Gerald earlier on, "but sometimes when you're different, you just need a different song." There's the cricket. So listen to the swaying grass and listen to the trees. To me, the sweetest music is those branches in the breeze. So imagine that the lovely moon is playing just for you. Everything makes music if you really want it to. With that, the cricket smiled and picked up his violin. Then Gerald felt his body do the most amazing thing. His hooves started shuffling, making circles on the ground. His neck was gently swaying and his tail was swishing around. He threw his legs out sideways and swung them everywhere. Then he did a backward somersault and leaped up in the air. Gerald felt so wonderful, his mouth was open wide. "I'm dancing! Yes, I'm dancing! I'm dancing!" Gerald cried. Then one by one each animal who'd been there at the dance arrived when Gerald boogied on and watched him quite entranced. They shouted, "It's a miracle! We must be in a dream! Gerald's the best dancer that we've ever seen." "How did you learn to dance like that? Please, Gerald, tell us how." But Gerald simply twirled around and finished with a bow. Then he raised his head and looked up at the moon and stars above. "We all can dance," he said, "when we find music that we love." The end.